Hi, it's been a while.
Oh, is that my Indy? It really has been a long time. I was worried, darling. You haven't messaged me in almost half a year. How are you? Are you eating properly? Is work going all right?
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. I'm still only in my second year at the company, so there's always new stuff to remember. That's why I've been too busy to message you.
Really? That sounds tough. Be careful you don't overwork yourself. I don't want you getting sick, sweetie. Are you okay for money? What about rice and vegetables? Do you have enough? I can send you some money or food parcels if you like. Just say the word and it's done. I can't afford to give you lots, but I'll send whatever I can.
Nah, I'm fine. I have a job and make my own money now. Besides, I can buy my own rice and vegetables. You don't have to go out of your way to send me anything. I'm fine on my own. I don't really eat much of that sort of these things anyway.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm really happy to hear you're doing well, honey. But if you ever do need anything, you will tell me, won't you? I'd really like it if you just showed your face at the house sometimes, too. Even if it's just for Christmas and birthdays. I miss you, you know.
Listen, Mom, I have something more important to talk about. Do you mind if we change the subject?
Oh, of course. Look at me getting all overexcited not letting you get a word in edgeways. Of course, honey. Go ahead. What is it?
Well, it's like this. I'm getting married.
What? Married?
Yeah, to my boyfriend. We met at a work party. That was a year ago, though. We've been dating ever since. I never told you about him.
Wow, Indy, I can't believe it. I'm so happy for you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I'll admit I'm a little surprised, but let me assure you, I'll be celebrating for you tonight with a glass of red.
The wedding's planned for 6 months from now, but the thing is, I don't want you to come.
What?
My fiancé is the son of a very rich man who runs a major company. He's intelligent, has a great personality, is good at his job. He's just amazing. I couldn't ask for more. His parents, too. They're kind, always look smart and well-dressed, are stinking rich, and are just all-around wonderful people. I'd be so ashamed to admit to such a decent, respectable people that I was raised in a single-mother household. To tell you the truth, just the thought of them finding out makes me feel sick. That's why I told them I have no parents, and don't know a single one of my relatives.
Indy, why are you saying these things? Why would you do that? Oh my god.
I've always hated you. You're scruffy and unkempt. You have no fashion sense. You slave away at your minimum wage job to bring home what amounts to nothing more than pocket change. I hated that cheap, shabby old house we lived in, too. I could never bring friends over because I felt so embarrassed. I hated it all.
What?
I had to endure so much, and the moment I tried to complain, I was told that it just couldn't be helped because we were poor. My clothes and school supplies were always either secondhand or handouts from people in the neighborhood. Throughout my whole childhood, I don't remember ever being bought anything that was actually new. You never came to sports days or parent evenings because you always had to put so many hours in that crappy job of yours. I was so lonely. I felt absolutely pathetic.
It's true, I was always busy with work, and you did have to endure things most other children didn't. Which meant I didn't always have the time to give you the attention you deserved, and I understand that must have made you feel very isolated and lonely. I accept everything you say. I'm so sorry, Indy, truly I am. But all of it, everything I did was so that one day I could afford to send you to a good college. I did it all with your future in mind. I did it because I wanted you to lead a happy, fulfilling life.
I never asked you to do any of that for me. This is just patronizing. You put me through all that and then have the nerve to act like you were doing me a favor.
Indy.
I guess I am grateful that you sent me to a good college. It did mean I was deprived of a normal childhood, though. I'd either be stuck in my room studying or out working part-time while all my friends were out having fun and meeting people. Without going to college, I wouldn't have landed my current job or met my fiancé. I guess all things considered, on balance, I am willing to call it even. That means there's no ill will, but no positive sentiment either, a flat 0. I guess that makes us more or less strangers. I think it's time for me to cut you out of my life.
Cut me out of your life? Why?
I'm gonna be the wife of the CEO of a major company before long. That means I'm moving up in the world. You, on the other hand, are still broke, still working that crappy job, still in that decrepit old house. How can I let people know you're my mom? It's embarrassing. Me and you are a mismatch. Socially, financially, we just don't mesh. You get me? That's why I'm cutting you out of my life. Never attempt to contact me again. This is my chance to finally be happy and live the life I always dreamed of. Don't you dare get in my way.
I see. If that's what you want, Indy, then there's nothing I can say. It's your life and you should live it as you see fit. But please, just remember that I'm about to tell you. Your mother will always love you, and I wish for you nothing but happiness.
Who are you? I don't have a mom. Hey. How's it going? It's Indy.
Indy, it's been forever. It must have been, what, 2 years by now? How have you been? How's the married life? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks. Listen, there's something I want to let you know, or rather ask of you.
Oh, of course. There's something I want to let you know too, Indy. I'm getting remarried.
Huh?
You see, I felt like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders after you went off to live your life. I suddenly felt filled with energy. So I committed to building a new life for myself. I started going to a local ballroom dance club in the neighborhood last year. I've been toying with the idea of giving it a try since forever, but I was so busy with work I never really got the chance.
You? Ballroom dancing?
I know, right? I had my doubts about it working out at my age, too. But when I plucked up the courage and actually went, I had a whale of a time. I made lots of friends there, too. Now we all go out for drinks regularly. Anyway, me and one of my dance partners started getting along really well. We realized we had the same interests, similar personalities. His name's Donald Silverstein. His wife passed away 3 years ago, and all of his children have flown the nest and have their own lives to lead now. So he currently lives on his own. After we hit it off at the dance club, he invited me out to dinner. Then we got together, and after we dated for a while, he got down on one knee, popped the question, and asked if I'd do him the honor of spending the rest of my life with him. Isn't it just amazing? That's why, from next year onward, I'll be called Louise Silverstein.
Just hold on a sec. Does Donald by any chance have a really, really big house? Or should I say a mansion? 3 floors, acres of garden complete with tennis courts and fountains? Huge, grand, and magnificent?
Huh? How did you know? You're right, though. That's my Donald you're talking about. I actually went to his house for the first time recently after he proposed to me. It really is as amazing as you say. I almost fainted when I saw the gold-encrusted chandeliers. Luckily, his butler noticed I looked woozy and offered me a seat.
His daughter was one of my classmates. Abigail Silverstein was her name. She tried to keep it on the down low, but everyone knew her dad was filthy rich. Word around school was he was a billionaire.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably true. But I'm not marrying Donald for his money. It was his kindness and loyalty that I fell for. Neither of us are exactly spring chickens anymore, and we decided not to go into the trouble of having a wedding. But Donald will be holding a big dinner at his place. All of his kids will be there, so I get to meet everyone while we all celebrate the occasion with some food and drinks.
Really? Actually, this is perfect. Make sure you send me, my husband, and his parents an invite to the dinner, okay?
What? Why?
Well, the thing is, my husband found out about you. He found out I was lying about not having any parents. He also knows I was raised by a single mother and that I broke off contact with you. Him and his parents were furious when they found out. How could you be so cruel to your poor mother after she worked so hard to send you to college? You disgust me, to quote my husband.
Really? I see.
Now, him and his parents are giving me the cold shoulder. And the image of the perfect bride I worked so hard to cultivate was smashed to pieces in an instant. Nothing's been the same since. He says he doesn't even know whether he wants to carry on. Divorce was mentioned. That's why I want me and you to build some bridges. Actually, that's why I messaged you today.
Build some bridges? By that, I take it you mean you want to reconcile and have me back in your life.
Yeah, that's it. Let's do that. I need my husband and his parents to see that me and you patch things up and have a normal relationship. They have to know you forgave me too. That part's important. I think I can make them see that. They'll stop thinking about divorce. Besides, if you're married now, I'm not so embarrassed about introducing you anyway. Especially now you bagged yourself a billionaire. If anything, I'm actually excited. You're gonna score me some major points by having a husband that rich. Plus, I think me being related to someone like Donald can only be a good thing. Now that I think about it, the merits are endless. So what do you think? You'll invite us, won't you? Pretty please, with a cherry on top? Think of it as helping your daughter out.
Oh, Indy, you see, the thing is, you're not my problem anymore.
Huh? What does that mean?
It means no. Why should I let you use my wedding dinner to get you out of being divorced? Me and Donald aren't your own personal tools to be used and manipulated as you see fit. You're an adult now. You have a job. You're married. You're well past the age where I fix your problems for you. You got yourself into this mess, so how about you get yourself out of it? How about you get yourself out of it? You can't go relying on your mommy forever.
No, wait, please. Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Because you reap what you sow, Indy. Liars always get found out. I mean, seriously, what did you expect to happen when you told your husband and his family you were an orphan? This was inevitable. And isn't it just a tad selfish of you to expect me to come crawling back to you the moment it suits you? After you cut me out of your life to present some phony, made-up image of yourself to your new family. I'd be embarrassed to introduce a daughter as shallow as you to my Donald.
Oh my god! If you don't invite us, he might divorce me. All you have to do is let us show our faces for a few minutes. We'll leave after you meet him and his parents, I swear. Didn't you say you wish for nothing but happiness for me?
It's true, I certainly did say that, and it's still true. But it's ultimately just that, a wish. I never once said I'd have anything to do with you again. Happiness is something you have to obtain on your own.
Oh my god, come on, I'm begging you here. Do you have any idea how much trouble I'll be in if he divorces me? How hard I worked to get to where I am today? I finally managed to marry into money after all these years. This can't be how it ends. It can't! Mom, please, I'm begging you.
Who are you again? I'm terribly sorry, but I forgot.
What are you talking about, Mom? We were talking normally until just now. Mom!
Mom? Oh, that's strange. I don't have a daughter. She showed no sign of giving up, so I had no choice but to block her in the end. I sold the house to move in with Donald, and with that, the cutting of ties was complete. After that, I got a message from Indy's husband. It said, "Please forgive me and my family for our rudeness. We would have contacted you immediately had we known about you. I thought it was a nice apology. Indy's relationship fell apart over the whole lying about being an orphan thing. Eventually, just as she feared, her husband divorced her. He kicked her out in the streets, and she had no choice but to move into the cheap old apartment she stayed back in college. Her standard of living was suddenly in the gutter, and with her life crashing and burning before her eyes, she was forced into long hours of overtime to keep up with the rent and student loan repayments. I also apologized to her ex-husband for the stress and inconvenience my daughter had caused him and his family. Since then, I haven't had contact with Indy, or anyone involved with later. A year later, me and Donald tied the knot. He and his kids are just darlings who are so very kind to me. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm filled with optimism for the future.
Hey, Jane, pick up! What the hell is going on? I get back from work to find some divorce papers on the table, and all of yours and Olivia's belongings are gone! Explain yourself!
Stop it. The notifications are annoying me.
Jane, what's going on? What led to you wanting to divorce me?
I can't take being with you anymore. So we're getting a divorce.
What?
I said I can't take being with you anymore. Can you read English?
No, not that. Your explanation really doesn't tell me much. Tell me why. I want to know why exactly you can't take being with me anymore.
Oh, come on. Do you really have no idea? The fact you can't give me a straight answer tells me that you don't know why. Family discord.
Fine. I'm just gonna come out and say it. But if you insist on having this out, I think it's you and Olivia who are at fault, not me.
What?
I'm the breadwinner in this house. I work all the time because all I want is to provide a normal household for you and her. But in spite of that, how long has it been now? What was it, like 6 years ago? You started bad-mouthing me all of a sudden for no reason. And eventually, even Olivia started following suit. She calls me an old man, a cringe lord. She says I stink. Basically, she says whatever she wants to me. And you never do anything about it.
Well, you are getting old, so it can't be helped, can it?
She even cuts up my ties and suits and tosses them in the garbage. I suppose that can't be helped either? She sprays deodorant in my face for crying out loud. To think she treats someone who's supposed to be her dad like that, no matter how much you try and downplay it as, oh, it's just puberty or a rebellious phase, it's too far. What's worse, far from just turning a blind eye, you just stand there laughing and actively encourage it. Isn't it a mother's job to punish that kind of behavior?
Olivia's already in her 3rd year of middle school. She's got her high school entrance exams coming up soon. I don't want to do anything that could cause her unnecessary stress and make her studies difficult. You, on the other hand, completely ignore her feelings and try to play the part of a doting father.
Play the part?
You do things like try to curry favor with us by buying us cakes, or spend excessive amounts of time doing housework. And finally, you summon us to the living room for weird family meetings. To tell you the truth, you're really annoying.
Annoying? If the two of you would actually give me a proper explanation as to why you're so cruel to me all the time, I wouldn't have to constantly walk around on eggshells and fumble around in the dark for answers. No matter what I do, the two of you do nothing but hurl abuse at me. Is it so strange that I want to try and make things better somehow? The reason I suggested those meetings was so we could all sit together and discuss things properly, as a family.
Yes, and I'm saying it's annoying. Anyway, putting how I feel about you aside, if you don't understand how to keep an appropriate distance from Olivia, I wanted you to at least to accept your ignorance and leave her alone.
What the?
I'm bored of this discussion now. The point is, me and you are getting a divorce.
Where are you now? Didn't you say you don't have any family to rely on? Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Shut up! Don't bother trying to get an address out of me because you won't get one.
No, I'm genuinely worried.
Goodbye.
Hey, old man. Are you still alive? You didn't kick the bucket already, did you?
Olivia, are you with your mother?
What does that have to do with you?
I'm worried about you. I heard Mom quit her part-time job. I also heard she's been estranged from her family since way back and hasn't spoken to any of them in years. Can the two of you really get by when she doesn't have anyone she can rely on? Huh?
Lol, I laughed in real life. And accidentally typed it into a message.
What are you talking about?
Mom told me not to tell you anything. So, basically, I'm not telling you anything.
Olivia, show some respect!
Oh, do make sure you keep up with my child support payments, though. I have a future to think about, you know. I plan on going to a private high school, and that's going to cost some money. Including my pocket money, I expect at least $750 a month from you. You know my bank details, right?
No, I need to discuss this with your mother first.
Anyway, I got nothing more to say to you, so bye, cringy old man.
Stop that, Olivia!
Steve, do you have a minute?
Hey, Mom. What's up?
It might take some time. Is now good for you?
Sure. I'm on the train right now, so I can send normal messages. What's up?
Well, you see, the thing is, Olivia came over to my house.
Huh? Olivia?
She turned up all of a sudden with a huge suitcase. She announced she'd be living with me because her mom's annoying.
What the heck? It's been like 7 years since you last saw Olivia, right? Ever since then, I've been the only one visiting you.
Right. I didn't even realize who it was at first, with her hair being blonde now.
Blonde? Oh, she must have dyed it when she left the house. What else did she say?
She did nothing but storm around in a huff, making nonsensical complaints about how the world's against her. You know, usual teenage stuff. I'm pretty sure her and Jane had some kind of fight, though.
I see.
You said yours and Jane's divorce was already finalized, right? And it was Jane who took custody of Mimi?
That's right. I had no intention of fighting her over it. Olivia had no interest in me being her dad to begin with. Far from it, she was hateful all the time, constantly calling me things like cringy and stinky. She made my life hell.
She does know I'm your mother, doesn't she? I'm hardly going to look favorably on anyone who treats my son like that. I wonder if she even realizes.
I guess she just has nowhere else to go. I think you already know this, but Jane's totally estranged from her family and relatives. They haven't spoken in years. That's why Olivia doesn't know any of her relatives on her mom's side.
Does that mean she hasn't even met her other grandparents?
That's right.
I wonder what happened between her and Jane, though. I know she has nowhere else to go, but even still... I can't believe she'd show up at my house of all places.
Here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna let Jane know Olivia's with you.
Oh? Are you still in contact with her?
I'm still able to get messages to her through the lawyer who represented me through the divorce. I don't have custody of her anymore. So the thing is, we're basically strangers now. Which is why, even while it may be what Olivia thinks she wants right now, if we let her stay at your place without telling her mom, we could end up being accused of kidnapping if we're not careful.
You do have a point. It does pain me to ask you to do this, but I do think it's best you get in touch with Jane. Would you mind?
Okay. I'll get back to you when I've made the arrangements for her to be picked up.
Got it. Thank you, Steve.
Hey, it's me, Olivia. Reply to me, now! I said reply, now!
What?
Your replies are slow.
I just got off from work. What do you want? I'm not allowed to use my phone while I'm working.
Is that really the sort of thing you say when your beloved daughter is in a pinch?
You're not beloved, and you're certainly not my... Ugh. What do you want?
You make me so mad. How about you just listen to me for once? I can't stand you. Look, it's Mom. She invited her new boyfriend to live with us at the house. They're always making out even in front of me. It's so gross. It's like she forgot she has a daughter in middle school to take care of. I couldn't stand living with them anymore, so I've been staying with Grandma the last few days. But then... yesterday, Mom showed up, lost her temper and yelled at me, then dragged me back to the house. I'm so mad I could scream! She's the worst! I hate her! That's why I ran away, and she'll never find me this time.
Ugh. Anyway, what do you want? Why are you telling me this?
Oh, well, I'm gonna head back to your place now.
What?
You and Mom are already divorced and all, which means you're probably gonna start fighting over custody for me soon, right? So here's what I'm thinking. I'm willing to tell the court that you're the one I want to look after me.
No. Listen, Olivia. It'd be really inconvenient to have you living with me again.
Well, you saying it'd be inconvenient for you is really inconvenient for me. Lol. I'll be arriving there in about an hour, so see you soon. I bet you can't wait for another opportunity to get along with your daughter.
My daughter?
It's your duty as my dad to look after me.
I see. I take it your mom still hasn't told you then.
Huh? Oh, wait. Do you mean... you guys already fought over custody for me and you won?
Wrong.
Well, what then?
To tell you the truth, I don't really feel like I should be the one telling you this.
Telling me what? Spit it out! Stop acting so self-important and tell me!
Olivia,
What? Stop screwing around and just tell me!
you're not my daughter.
What? I'm not your real daughter?
Your mother and I got married when you were 2 years old. Basically, I'm not your real dad.
What?
Your mom and I did plan on telling you this once you got a little older, when we thought you'd be able to understand it better. But we divorced before we made it that far.
Huh? What? Hold up, hold up! Who's gonna take custody of me then?
Right, about that. I'm sorry, Olivia, but I didn't technically even adopt you in the first place. Which means that now that your mom and I are divorced, you and I are both legally speaking and in actual fact, complete strangers.
Oh my god! Oh, where does that leave me then? What am I meant to do now? You spring this on me now when I'm already on my way to your house? I'll be arriving soon! Ugh!
I don't live at that house anymore.
What?
I got promoted to a new role and transferred to a company branch in the city, so I moved out the other day.
That's fine. I'll live with you at your new place then.
Sorry, but this is a dormitory exclusively for guys living on their own, provided by the company. And kids are most definitely not allowed. So that won't be possible.
Well, move Samurai, I'll be able to live with you then. No matter what might have happened between us, we still lived together for 13 whole years. Blood relation or not, I'm your daughter.
Oh, really? Did you forget all about that letter you left behind?
Oh my god, no I didn't!
I found it in a drawer while I was getting my things together. You made it abundantly clear that we're total strangers now, huh? I mean, it's not like you're wrong. We really are strangers, so I don't actually care. Why would I look after or provide for a complete stranger in any way, shape, or form? It just doesn't make sense.
No, wait! That was just... I wrote that as a joke! I didn't mean it!
You're 15 years old, Olivia. It's about time you learned to take responsibility for the things you say.
But... no, please!
Besides, the new dad you were so happily boasting about in that poisonous letter of yours is Mom's new boyfriend, who you were just complaining about, right? I figured it out ages ago. Taking the time I found the letter and our divorce date into consideration, I can only conclude your mom must have been seeing him behind my back while we were still married.
Oh, no.
Which means I'll be talking this through with my lawyer and suing your mother and lover boy for as much as I possibly can. There's no doubt about it. Large amounts of money will be changing hands. And since she was hardly rich to begin with, it's not unreasonable to assume there will be a big knock on events on your life from here on out. I hope you're prepared, Olivia. Things are about to get a hell of a lot more difficult than they've been for you until now.
Dad!
It's been a while since I've heard you say that word.
Please!
Too little, too late. Goodbye. Olivia reluctantly went back to live with her mom and her boyfriend. But their finances took a catastrophic hit when I took them to court, and they were forced to pay compensation for their affair. When Jane's boyfriend heard I found out about the affair through Olivia, he ended the relationship, packed his things, and left immediately. Mother-daughter relations hit an all-time low, and things became so tense and stormy that Olivia was banned from registering for her high school entrance exams. My mom told me Olivia showed up at her house again and begged her once more to take her in. But with a stern exclamation of, "I am not your grandmother," she was sent back on her sorry way. Apparently she never went back to her mom's house, and I have no idea where she is or how she's getting by these days. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how the lives of my abusive ex-wife and her toxic brat of a daughter hit rock bottom. It might seem a bit heartless of me, but to tell you the truth, I'm super relieved about being able to live on my own again.